Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I was dinking around a little bit and didn't realize what time it was. But I am here now, though I've got to put my earrings on. Now, according to my counter, I have two folks here. I still hadn't really planned on what I wanted to make today. I hadn't really thought about it too much. I do have my companion bundle out here for April showers. I also have my Mayflowers kit out. And I also have my key lime pie kit here. So we might just throw together a few things. So who's all here? Anybody? Hey, Heather. Good to see you. Like I said, I haven't really thought about what I wanted to work on today. I was being a little lazy and just looked down and went, oops, it's time for me to be on. Hi, Donna. Guess I better get my act together here. So we may just make some simple earrings or something, a few pair, maybe what from either in a bunch of these different kits. For some reason, I thought these were bigger than this, but that's all right. They're fine. We've got all kinds of, like I said, all kinds of my kits sitting here, and I think it may be time to play with some of them. This one is the key lime pie that I just dumped out on my desk. Interesting. But I haven't really got any clear decisions on what I wanted to do today. So I've just been messing around. And so let's turn down, and I've dumped my key lime pie kit out of its baggie. I need to get some more of the boxes that I put the original stuff in. And actually, I'm thinking this might be a companion bundle rather than the original one. It is a companion bundle. Okay. So, I like this stone. Check that stone out. Here, I'll pull it out. Oh, I did see the preview of the new companion bundle, and I will probably go for it. I've been telling myself I have to behave because I don't have any shows for the next 2 months, for June and July, until the end of July, because of my leg surgery. So I've been telling myself I have to behave because I won't have the money for a lot of things. But you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Some of them you just have to. So I've got the companion bundle for key lime pie out. I might push it to the side because we've got the original. I've got the original one here too. And I might play with the original one. I was thinking we can make some simple earrings from some of these things. I haven't done anything with it really, other than I took the Akasha agates that I don't like and made one of my aroma bracelets, which I use. Everybody always goes to sniff them when they see it says aroma bracelets. There's no smell on them. because of the lava stones take a scent, I call them aroma bracelets, so people know that what they can do with them, more or less. So, so anyway, this was the companion bundle. I figured we could maybe make a few pair of earrings here. We've got these fun pendants here. I've always been, most folks just wire wrapped some beads or put a bead strand down the middle here, and that may be what I do, but I've been also thinking about maybe punching a hole in them and giving them a little more, so to speak. So we've got all kinds of wonderful fun stuff in here to work with. Behaving is overrated. Yes, that is true. Unfortunately, I have to take part of my earnings from my last show that I did manage to do, and I have to pay some on my credit card that I usually use because I ended up maxing it out, and so we don't want maxed out credit cards, so I gotta fix that to a degree. So that's going to take part of my cash. Wow, this is a big lobster claw in here. I don't think I noticed that before. 18 millimeter. Wow. So anyway, I'm thinking we'll make some earrings with this key lime pie kit since I haven't really done much with it. And ooh, what did I do with my new order from them? Because I got some of those. These are two entirely different colors. My little teardrop pendants here. And I ordered some more to try and get some that matched better. And I'm not sure what I did with that order. Is it this one? Because it's got lots of other stuff in here too. Oh, yeah, it is. There they are. Are these better? Well, we'll see how they work with each other there when I go to put them together. I had been playing with some of my other beads this morning because I keep telling myself, Rose, you need to put stuff away. You had stopped putting things away, so now things are not being the way they should be, so to speak. So I need to do that. But there was those other earrings. So, hey, Marianne. So anyway, I think we'll just turn down, play with the key lime pie a little bit, maybe make some earrings. And I do have the companion bundle to that if I decide I want to deal with that. Use that for something. So, or I can just make like a pair of earrings from a few different kits. I still have this little cloud that I put together here with its trap. So, and I've been thinking I want to make some earrings with those, but we'll see what we decide to do. But anyway, let's turn down. We'll play with some stuff here. We'll figure out something. This is a pretty pendant. I do like this pendant. See, mine is really nice variations in it and such. Rather than a solid adventuring color, it's got lots of inclusions and stuff. So I like that one a lot. So let's turn down. We'll see what we can do here. Maybe not much, but come on. So there we go. Look at all these pretties. I still really don't like these, though they did look really cool in the aroma bracelet, but They still remind me of peas, green peas, after they've been canned. Not the fresh ones, but the canned ones. But so that's the pendant. We probably aren't going to use the pendant today. I don't really feel like a necklace. These are the new ones of these that I got, and these are the older ones. You can see the three are more like than this one. I like this one. I think it's pretty cool with its inclusions, but it just doesn't really match at all to its mate here. Come on, come out, both of you. See, it's got a lot of white in it, whereas this one is more translucent. So this is the new pair I bought when they put the extras out. Now, if we were going to go with the white, this one would go up there better, but still, they're still not quite, you know, this one's much more translucent and this one's more opaque. So I think the original one it was with, the spare one is better than this one is. Now these said that their retail price was $5.99, but when I purchased this set, they were $2.99. So something to think about is that a lot of times for Beadbox Bargains, the things you purchase tend to be less than the retail price is, which is cool. But I was thinking I also got some more of the ginkgo leaves there that are over there, but did I? That is the question. Did I? Well, if I did, they may not be in this bag of goodies. I think I have a second bag of goodies over here from Beadbox Bargains, and they might be in that. Oh, there's got a little bundle in here. Well, there's these styles, so maybe they are in here if I got some more ginkgo leaves. Because I got a new pair of these. Actually, looks like I got two of them. These were $1.49 from the site. Oh, and I got some more of the posts here. Looks like I pushed more than one order in here because I've got two cards. The freebie, you know, when you get an order from Beadbox Bargains, they always send you a free piece. So I was thinking they might be in here, but I'm not seeing them. That's all right. I do see something I am interested in pulling out. Since we're working with gold, would you let go of that? I'm going to pull out some of these other gold pieces that I got so we can make some earrings here. Oh, yeah, I would agree with that, Heather. When I order from Sam's, I like Sam's stuff, but I've never got their box because I just thought it's too much for what you get. And they might be nice, but I like to choose my own stuff sometimes, and especially when they're expensive like that. The one thing lovely about the Beadbox Bargains is that they're first of all, they're not expensive in the first place because, you know, they have a really reasonable price when they do them. Now look at this. These are the ones that were in the kit, and they've got these little type of backs, and I've never liked them. And now, instead of those, they have little rubber stoppers on them. So, though these rubber stoppers are smaller than I like too, so I probably will switch those to the kind I like. But I thought we'd make some earrings. The simplest earring would be just to take this guy, and as you can see, I bought extra one of him. His price on the website was $1.49, whereas the retail price is $2.99. And that's one thing about their website. A lot of times the prices are about half of what the retail price is, so makes for a good deal. But to make a really simple pair of earrings, you could just take your earring. That back can go away. I don't like these backs at all. And somebody was telling me when they were trying to put them on, they were too tight and breaking the post. So you could just make to be as simple as can be, just like that. Just hook these together. You got an instant earring. But I probably won't because I want some beading in here, whether I put it as just a strand, which might be what I do, just a short strand and just hook it, as opposed to trying to bead weave in here. I think I'd rather just do a strand and let it hang. And that way, if you hang it just right, it can swing in and out of here too and make an interesting. Here's the posts. Yep. So, but you have to have smaller beads, obviously. These big beads like this wouldn't work. They would just make a mess. But what I pulled these out for is because I was thinking that, give me just two of them, they could make like a connector for whatever we put down here at the bottom. Say like, I really like these carved flower beads. They're sort of weird, I know, but I like them. So, obviously this one's wrapped. Well, fine. Cut right here. So I was thinking of putting, like with the lotus, make sure when you do these, you got the flower facing upwards down here at the base of these. Like so. And then maybe another little strand of beads up above. Be a pretty earring. Oh, what did he do? You want to waterboard your husband? That's sort of like I was talking about on to the ladies in the late night beading group. I was saying something about generally I adore my husband, but then there are times I have to stop myself from grabbing a 2x4. But that's good, Heather. If he's as hard-headed as your husband, they'd just break. Yeah, that would be a sad thing too. So anyway, I got some of these various there, I got some here too. These are different gold connectors that I've got from them. So these would also work for a pair of earrings, so they could go connect. And if you didn't connect those, you could do here. So, But I'm thinking, are these round or bicones? Oh, interesting. Will they sit in the middle all right here? Lift. Yep. Cool. So, and then we have the rounds. And how about these guys? Will they fit in the middle too? Are they the same size? 4mm, it says they are. So let's see. Oh, these are those little, like little bells. Bell as in B-E-L-L, not Bell as in B-A-I-L. Okay, you guys, you're going all over the place. Your strand is cut, so now you want to go everywhere. That's fine. I need a few. But probably enough. We'll need a few more, you guys. When I first got these, I was thinking, I want to punch a hole in the side here and just drape a chain. But I don't know that I really want to do that or not. So these will fit in here too. Oh, they don't want to go all the way through. So they might not move as well as I would like them to, but we'll see what we can do. You guys go up there. So I'm thinking we'll take, I need some head pins, don't I? Duh. Might as well just pull the gold head pin box out, because we're going to make more than one pair, I think, here. These little boxes like this have come in so handy. I really, really like them. So they're a nice little box all on their own, fit the pins just fine, and then of course they also have their own case. Oh, well, that sucks. You can soften them up with chicken parmesan dinner. His knee's shot. He's having pain from gallbladder surgery years ago, so instead of going to the doctor, he just yells at me. So, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Some men are just stubborn that way. They don't like going to the doctor, and I shouldn't say anything about that because I don't like going to the doctor, and I'll put it off as long as I can frequently. So, let's see. Now, if I put that on a jump ring through there, that's going to be as long as I want it to be, because I'm going to have to make the wrap. Over here, we'll need you too. Yeah, that's probably as big as I want it to be. Though if I wanted, I could punch some holes down here and hang some little dangles down from the bottom too. So we're gonna wrap these babies up. Hey, Cynthia. My husband has to have shoulder surgery for the second time pretty soon. I don't know what they're going to do. So, but yeah, he gets crabby sometimes too. And then he pisses me off, and I want that 2x4. But then the other times I just think I will be lost without him, but at the same time that he really can piss me off. Why is it the people that you love can piss you off better than anybody else in the world? It's like they know the buttons to push, and they feel the need to push them. But now, see, that's what I was afraid of. It still hits the bottom down there. So on the other hand, I could have made it a little bit longer and let it hit the bottom down there. It might be not bad. But that's all right. We'll let it go. I think Heather's right. We'll stick by them because we've been doing it for years. I know I've been married for almost 30 years now. Maybe it's, let me think here. When did we get married? They always say husbands don't remember anniversaries. I remember when my anniversary is. I just don't remember how long it's been. It's probably been over 30 years because we went to the big island of Hawaii for our 25th wedding anniversary, and that's been quite a long time since we went. We've been to Maui and Oahu since then. It was Maui that I got my turtle tattoo in Lahaina. Poor Lahaina. It's gone now. But anyway, so we got our little earrings here. And we may just use our little posts that we pulled out a second ago to put the top on here. Ding. A little half round. Just got to put them together. Jump rings need to be retrieved. So, of course, now if I want them to stay not go hitting, I could just jump ring these together up at the top here, the two loops, instead of going through the bottom here. I could just do the top. so that it sits together up there. We'll see how it looks. I don't need that many jump rings, but that's all right. Better too many than not enough. Mine does that too, Beth. Mine acts like I've done something horribly wrong. And there's times when I think, good God, I should never speak to the man. He just becomes a dickhead sometimes. And then other times, he's the sweetest thing in the world and will do anything for me. So it's like, ugh, which one are you today? Because I'm not sure. Come here, you. Go on there. Okay. How's that hanging? I'm not sure I like it hanging up there with the upper one. It stands out a little bit from it, so I'm probably going to take it back off and hook it down below. Let's do the other one first, though, and see if I like the other one better if I do it in two pieces. One down below, one up above, or the ear, the post up above. Come out of there. This is a wide piece right here. I hope I don't need a bigger jump ring. I don't want a bigger jump ring, but we'll see if this is going to let me close it here. Have any of you guys ever used that jump ring that you wear and then you can open and close your jump rings with it? I've never tried one of those. I've often wondered if they're worth I nearly said a dirty word there. If they're worth anything. If they work worth beans, so to speak. Oh, stop. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. Well, it was much easier the other way, I can tell you that. This bar across here is sort of thick, and it doesn't really want to let me do what I want to do. Come here, you. Do the other way. Lily was sitting in my chair when I came out here. I had to remove her. She wasn't happy with me. No, not over there. Over here where the ring's at. Sorry if I'm out of frame. I'm trying to see what I'm doing here. Sometimes with these littler pieces, it's easier said than done to see what you're doing. Come on, go through there. Right there. But I guess I did get it closed. I didn't think I did. Go hang there. Large Labrador nuggets. What are you going to do with them? Use them as a focal in something. Depending on how big they are, you might. I was going to say you could put them in a bracelet as the focal for a bracelet, or the focal for a necklace. Or I've seen some necklaces that are really big and chunky. I don't think I'd ever wear them because, well, they're too big and chunky for me, and I like a bigger necklace, but sometimes I look at them and go, boy, those are overpowering. But okay, now that we've got this baby put together, I think I do like it hanging down a little bit here in the front better than this one, because it doesn't hang quite right. Not the way I want it anyway. Though another thing I could do, hadn't thought about this at first, is just take a Tinky Tot and hook it to the other jump ring as opposed to the ring. Let's try that. See how well that works. And this jump ring isn't closed all the way. My pet peeve with myself, not having something closed all the way. Whenever I sell something on Etsy or things, I go through my jump rings, make sure they're all closed before I put them in the mail and package them up, because I really hate it when my jump rings aren't quite closed. Drives me nuts. Rolling. Go. That's better. It's hanging right in the middle. Still sticking out a little bit more than I'd like, but it's not. Let's see which one I prefer. This one hangs straight down, but it's a little low. This one's up there. Thank you, Anita. Beth, speaking of frying pans, my first husband was abusive, And he came after me once when I was cooking, and he got smacked with a cast iron skillet. Then he whined and whined, and you broke my arm. And I'm like, yeah, well. So I'm trying to decide which way I like these better, with it hanging in here or with it hanging down and over the top here. Now it does hang more to the center going this direct with this one, but it comes a little lower, and of course the loop and stuff is more prominent. This one hangs right in where I wanted it to. However, it does hang forward a little bit, which I'm not thrilled by. But if I were to try and twist the piece around so it would sit flatter like so, then the jump ring wouldn't really be facing quite properly. But I actually like it better in here, but like I said, I'm not sure if I like how it hangs forward some. So, which you guys can't really see what I'm talking about probably because of the angles. But if you what type of a pan was it? Is that what you're asking me, Marianne? I don't remember. It was just a cast iron skillet that I got from my grandmother. I think I'm gonna see if I can get this to, let's see, if I twist it a little bit. I do like it inside better, like this better. So I think we'll take this one off, even though it was such a challenge to put on. Make sure I grab the right one. Get us a new little Tinky Tot out. Probably. I don't know what kind it was. I just know it was a cast iron skillet. And I can truthfully say he didn't hit me ever again. On the other hand, I left soon after, so he didn't have much of a chance. So there we go. There's our earrings for this first pair anyway, because I think I probably will make more than one pair. So I rather like them. I think they turned out all right. Get some of my favored earring backs out here. Now, when I left that husband, I moved back in with my parents, and we had Samoyed big, if you've never seen a Samoyed, big fluffy white dog. And she never liked my ex, but she was always, how do I want to put it? She didn't ever do anything, she just allowed him around. But the first time he came up and started giving me crap, Marianne, when I when I did it, it was just a reflexive action. I was in the kitchen, I had the skillet right beside me, and he came after me, and I just swung. Just, yes, this is key lime pie. Anyway, as I was saying, after I moved back home with my parents, we had this Samoyed, and she had never liked him, but she always tolerated him. And the first time he came up and started he was giving shit to my dad about something. I can't even remember what it was. And Sammy, that was the dog, bit him in the butt. And I thought, oh God, that's great. But so there's one pair of earrings. So we'll put those aside. I'm thinking I want to make at least one more pair. But thankfully, the new husband has never, ever threatened me in any way like that. He just gets nasty tempered sometimes, but it's not, violent. It's more, oh, that's right. These were stuck together. I forgot about that. So they made a funny mar. It's more just, he talks sort of nasty every once in a while. And then I go, am I not even supposed to open my mouth around here? Because sometimes I think maybe it's not. So, yeah, my dog did not like him. So, and I was sort of like, good dog. No. I don't know. These look cool together. But at the same time, I don't want just those. But I don't like the middle pieces I was using. So you guys out, put you in. But nope. No. Though take that out, and that actually is a pretty one like that, just like so. Take our top piece out. I think I like the bigger one if we're going to do it this way. See if I prefer the little bell. First, I was thinking I preferred the little topaz. What do they call this color? Champagne shimmer. Okay. But I'm not sure. Maybe I want one of these. I was messing around and found a whole bunch more beads in my bedroom earlier because I take them in there sometimes to design. And I actually was going to bring them in and maybe play with them, but there were a whole bunch of old Softlex, partial Softlex kits in there. And I was like, whoa, where did these come from? Do you guys ever do that? Just put something somewhere and then accidentally find it later and go, wow, when did I get those? I don't remember those being here. Oh, wow, Cynthia, only one fight? Wow, that's just almost a miracle there. Um, I adore my husband, but there are times I want to smack him something fierce. Okay, I sort of like that. What do you guys think? The little green bell, or the little champagne one? Ah, see, my problem was I got married when I was 18, and let's face it, I was still a kid. And then I grew up and I started to have, a mind of my own. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'll do this my way. And he didn't like it. Because prior to that, he was always in control before I started asserting myself some. And he didn't like not having the control all the time. So whoop, I have two here. Yeah. I'm leaning towards the little green bell. It matches in with this stone better. So I'm thinking I'm going to go this direction. Just add a little something different. I mean, the kits are gorgeous, and sometimes you can just make exactly what you want from the kits. But sometimes you just need to add a little something. Now, like these ones were exactly from the kit, no difference. And this one, we add this, and I think it really adds to it. Now, I can tell you right now, we're not going to be able to use oval jump ring on these because they are just too big of a too big of a gap here. So what I sometimes do when I have one like this is I make a triangular one, and the two cut pieces go inside. And I used to actually have some that I purchased like that. I don't think I have them anymore, but they're really simple to make. Or you can make a big, huge, giant jump ring. This is one I made some time ago. It's just sitting here because I didn't use it. But so this will have to have some kind of a different jump ring, or I'll have to wrap it. And frankly, I hate wrapping them. But I may see. I need some gold wire. That's silver, silver. What are you doing over here? You should be over there. That's too thin. Come here. Thank you. Let's make sure this will even fit through the hole. Yeah, well, that's good. So we can either make the triangular bell like I was talking about, or I can just do a wrap. I think I'll just do the triangular bell. Triangular bells are really simple to make if you have never made one before. Where's my cutters from a tether? There they are. Yeah. So a triangular bell isn't hard to make. In fact, I actually might just do one bend. I'm going to use the smaller one of my flat nose to do the first bend. Then make a second bend. And then another. And then cut them. Now, I don't want to cut this too close because we want it to have two little legs, but not two big legs. So, there we go. So see, there's a triangular bell. This one needs to turn up a little bit more. And I'll probably trim my legs of this some because it's going to go through our stone and we don't, well, that might be just about perfect actually. Where'd you go? I just dropped it. There we go. Now we need to open this up some. Now this bell is one that you can open straight because they're straight anyway. So just pull it open and slide it on one side. Then you got to squish it back together again. And I made it too big because now it's too far apart. Just squish. Made it too far apart. Now I've got it too close. It doesn't want to go on. Come on. You got to go on here. There we go. Now you just squish this one down through the hole. Like so. There you go, one triangular bell. But you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the piece here in. Oh, I'm sorry. So now I need to pull it back apart because I didn't put it inside the. There we go. Now just take and push it back down till you go down into your stone and push it back together so the ends will meet inside there. So there's your triangular bell. We'll make another one since apparently I was off. Well, I have to make another one anyway, but apparently I was off screen. So I'm sorry, ladies. So just take your smaller flat nose, put them right in there like so, bend. So now we have one bend. Take a slightly larger pair, put them right there in the curve, bend again, Now go in the curve again and bend. Then you want to cut your piece off, leaving a slight tail, but not a really large one, because it's got to go inside your stone. So there we go. Now it's not quite triangular. See how I've got it sort of weird cryptid shape here? So I'm going to take my pliers again and move them up. So then they'll meet each other. But because I'm going to have to put the stone in and the other piece, we now want to pull them back apart some. But we've already matched them up, so we know they'll fit. We'll put you in. Then we're going to put this guy in. And then we'll push them back together. Oops, come back here. And when you push them back together, be careful to make sure that that other side is going to go in the hole, because they're going to try and not quite meet. So now see, I've got it together here, and I'm going to take my pliers and I'm just going to get out of the way, stone. A little squish to make sure that they're meeting up in the middle there. So there we go. Triangular bell, and they're both in place. So, except for I got this one backwards right now. So, oh, I'm glad you like that. It makes a nice bell, and if you've got something fat enough, if it's really thin, it won't work very well, because you have to have enough room to have two pieces going through whatever you're putting it through. So, but it works really great for something that's a little fat like this little stone is. But for instance, I probably wouldn't try it with a briolette, because they have that tiny little point at the top. I actually really hate briolettes because of that. I'm always afraid I'm going to break the point off, and I do not like doing briolette wraps. They're a pain in the rear, if you ask me. So, so yeah, I like a triangular bell for something like this. So we're not going to use these. Put them away up here. Now I need to get some more wire. And let's see if these guys will fit on this wire. I'm not sure this one will, because he's tiny. Oh, he does. Cool. So we don't need very much. I'm going to get I don't like not having stuff to work with, though. So I'm probably going to take a couple of inches. And I'm just going to, you can either do a simple loop here. This is pretty strong wire, so it'll take a simple loop with no problem. I think it's 18 gauge. It's definitely not 20. I think it's 18. So if you're going to make a simple loop, the easiest way to do it, if you don't make very many simple loops, is just to take your bell making pliers and decide how big of a loop you want for one. Go wrap it around, wrap the wrong way, Rose, duh. And then till it touches, ta-da. Then take your pliers, go inside your loop and bend. One simple loop. That's a little bigger than I want it. So, well, maybe it'll be fine. No, it's a little bigger than I want it. So since I have extra wire here, I can cut this off if I feel like it. But I'm going to go with the smaller. So just now I'm going to go the other direction. We're going to have a smaller loop. Just go around. Now, I don't mind making a simple loop when it's not on something, beads aren't on it, because they're not hard to make. But at the same time, I don't really care for making them when the beads are on them, because a lot of times I'm like, oh, how big do I need to make that? I don't remember. So then we'll open this baby up, slide this guy on. close it. Oops, come on, close right. And I have it a little crooked, so I'm going to straighten it up some. There we go. Cap. Come on, cap. Is your small hole too small? I was worried about the beads, and it looks like the cap is the one that's going to be a problem child. Where are you? There we go. I will fix you. Still doesn't want to behave. Well, I guess we're not going to use this little cap. We'll just go with the ball. There we go. Silly little cap being problematic. So now we have to decide what we're going to hang them from. Are we going to use a post or ear wire? Thank you, Leanne. I'm glad you learned from me. And Marianne. Becky Foster uses small cones to cover the top of reelettes. So anyway, depending on what kind of ear top I want to use here, for instance, if I'm going to use a wire, I will wrap in a different way than if I'm going to use a post. So I may not wrap these at all, because when it comes right down to brass tacks, these are pretty stiff wires, because they are 18 gauge, and 18 gauge can be a royal pain to wrap. So I'm thinking I might just cut them and make a simple loop. And like I said, the biggest problem I have with making a simple loop is that I can never remember where exactly I want to cut them. I think this is probably too long. That's probably about right. And then snap. My most hated thing is when that does that. See, I'm still too long. See, I've got a little extra space there. Not a lot, but a little bit. Let's see how much it is once I do the bend. Because sometimes when you do the bend, it takes away your extra space. But I still have a little bit of extra space there. So I'm going to get in with my regular flush cutters. And I'm going to guesstimate about how much extra space I have. Put them in here wherever I think that is, and then cut that little bit off. And then go around again. And bring her over. I have loopers. I just don't like using them that much. For some reason, I never can get a decent cut on them. That looks like it's a little bent. Go. And which frustrates the heck out of me. I don't like to not have a decent cut. It'll cut fine, but then the loop is not always what I want it to be. So, and I suspect this one's too big again. Well, maybe not. Looks like it might be about perfect. Excellent. Bend. Go back in and finish the loop. There we go. So now I just have to decide what kind of wires I want at the top. Do I want a wire? Or do I want a post? If I do, I might have to twist my piece around so it's more in line to the way I want it to be. But I think they turned out really cute so far. Just have to decide how I want to finish them. Get things out of my way here. I do use cones when I'm like teardrops sometimes because it makes a really cool look. I don't think I've ever used them for going over the top of a briolette because it's still got that. You still have to wrap it to a degree to get the to at least pull up a point to get that point to go into something. It's not just going to do it and then stay there without something to hold it in place. So anyway, we have this one pair of earrings, and then we have this second pair. I just have to decide how I want to finish them up. I don't think I want to use these pieces on them because I used these more rounded pieces. So I'm thinking if I use a post, if it weren't for the fact that it would make them pretty long, I'd consider this one because it's got that same oval shape. Come here, you. I just want one. Stop sticking together. It's got that same oval type shape of the bottom down there. But that might overpower it too much, so I'm not thinking I want to use that. We do have these pretty little guys that we got from Beadbox Bargain once before, like a little flower. Or I have a teardrop. Come here, teardrop. Or, of course, we just have regular ear wires. too small. I'm thinking maybe this guy. I have used my looper. I've made rosary chain with it. Now see, I'm going to have to move these sideways if I use these because this is going the same direction as this, and we want it to, so you grab both sides and just twist until you get it. And you might need pliers sometimes because, oops, this one, that opened up my bottom loop instead of just twisting it. We don't want that. Oops, come here, you. No opening the bottom loop. So what we want to do is we want this to go exactly the opposite direction. So just like so. So now when you put the jump ring through here, it will be sitting the right way. Still a little crooked, it looks like, so we'll have to straighten that up some because it wants to turn slightly to the back. So again, I'm going to take hold of it just a little bit here and just give it a little bit more twist. That's better. So there we go. Now we're going to do the same to this one. We need it to go in opposite directions. So just take hold of one side, get in and take hold of the other side. And twist it around. Okay. Now, if I had used ear wires instead of posts, I wouldn't have had to have done that because they would have automatically worked with the way I had it. There we go. 2 pair of earrings. Yeah, when I use the looper, it never closes all the way. This is true, Marianne. They are great for making chain. I use them when I make rosary chain because let's face it, it takes a bit, and there's a lot of loops you got to make for a rosary chain, and so I do use my looper. But I'm not always pleased with them because sometimes they, when I do it, and I know it's just a matter of the way I do it, I'm sure. Sometimes the loop, a lot of time, nearly always, the loop doesn't close all the way, but sometimes it doesn't get as high up and, as tight as I want it to be. So there's our 2 pair earrings, 1 and 2. So there we go. Oh, you have arthritis in your hands. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, with the rosary, if you have arthritis in your hands, yeah, the looper is probably going to be a lifesaver for you. But like I usually keep my round nose pliers somewhere nearby because inevitably I need to close loops that I don't get them closed all the way. And I just dropped something on the floor, but that's all right. I'll find it. It can be a real pain in the rear when you're making stuff and you just, you have to close everything up. But I always keep my round nose pliers close by. It's about the only time I ever use my round nose pliers anymore because I prefer to use my bell making pliers for my loops. So, if I'm using my bell making pliers, I'm not using my round nose pliers hardly. I use my round nose pliers when I start making think Rose, come on. Spirals. And then I use them when I start my spirals, I use them because you want that tight little bit at the top when you're making a spiral. And I like making spirals. I think they're cool. Need to put that away. But anyway, so here's our earrings. I think they turned out really pretty, both pair. Now this one's quite a bit longer, obviously. How long is this one? I frequently wear my earrings about 3 inches, so, oh, look, it's about my size. And this one, of course, is only about 2. So, yeah, I know. And so, let's turn back up here, and then we're gonna, oh, my usual hour and a half, guys. It's an hour and 20 minutes. But let's turn back up so we can chat. But see how this is this one now. It is shorter, but it's a really pretty one. I like it. I think it turned out good. And then the other is, like I say, more of the length I tend to wear. So it's still turning a little bit. I may have to. No, it's just the way I was holding it, apparently. So there's. But I think they turned out pretty. Hope you liked making these with me. You're welcome, Marianne. Yeah, I'm afraid I have a bad habit of not working on things right away. Sometimes they just need to have a little bit of off time with me. So before I start making stuff with them, because, it's like, well, what do I want to do with that? I'm not sure. I know I want to do something. I want this to be this and I want this to be this, but how do I want to make them? And sometimes I need to let them sit around and sort of percolate, till I get more of an idea of exactly what I want. For instance, I wanted to use these green lotus flower ones, but I didn't do so because they just weren't clicking still. They just seemed too large. I think I might put those in a bracelet. But I'm not sure. I'll have to, again, think about it for a little while. Those are for the ear studs, okay. But we'll see what we end up doing, huh? Oh, this is that. Okay. So anyway, I think we're going to go here pretty soon. I have to think of what I want to make for tomorrow's video. Maybe we'll make some more earrings. But I think these two pair turned out pretty nice. I'm pleased with them. So, sorry, I'm putting things away as I'm talking. You're very welcome for the lessons. I hope that you got some ideas if you haven't finished up this box or if you've bought extra pieces. I think they turned out pretty nice, both things, both pair, and I liked using them. I think they turned out nicely. So I'm probably going to post these in the Bargain Bead Box or Beadbox Bargains site, since I tend to do that when I make stuff. So put our earrings from yesterday up. Is everybody? Oh, for those of you who didn't see the earrings from yesterday, we made some ones with some leather. Well, it's faux leather, but they're very lightweight because it is faux leather. It's very thin. But these were fun. Anyway, I thought so. So I'm going to go. Well, it's not been quite an hour and a half, darn close to it though. And I'm going to take a little break, and then I'm going to think of something for our video for tomorrow, since I don't have one yet. And we'll see you live on Monday. Marika, I made the leather ones on our members live yesterday. So since you are a member, if you wish to go back and watch us make them, I have to admit that the first part's sort of not great because my Sizzix machine is too big to get under our tripod here on the desk, and I actually was thinking the next time I do something with the Sizzix, I'm going to have to take it to the kitchen or something, or use a different tripod, the other tripod that I have, because it can be extended quite a bit. Well, this one could be too, but I'd have to uncrank the bar and really move it up. So so you might not see the making the leather pieces as well as I would like. I'm going to have to, like I say, move those, move to a different place when I want to use the Sizzix next, so you guys can see how it's done. It's sort of funny because when Randy first started, Randy Brown from Thunder Horse Descendant, she had this tiny little apartment she worked on, and she worked on a card table. And when she used her Sizzix, she would take it and put it on the floor to work on it so she could show people what to do. But that always amuses me, remembering how she used to do that. But you got to do what you got to do, right? So we're going to go. Like I said, if you're not a member and want to be a member, it's $4.99 a month, and I have a members live. And the recorded videos you usually get at least a few hours early, sometimes as many as 2 days early, depending on when I record them. And as far as sometimes I even decide to do a members only video. It doesn't happen very often, but I do. So there's that. And anyway, got that. I also still have a few mugs if anybody wants one. I have been thinking that we've got 25 members, and we seems to have stalled out at 25 members in members drive. We gave away one of the mugs when we got to 25 members. I'm thinking maybe when we get to 50 members, we'll give away another one since I still have some here. And then maybe when I reach 1,000, if I don't sell the other mugs, maybe when I reach 1,000 on the not 1,000, 3,000 in my regular subscribers, then we can give away one as well. We're just we're one shy of 2,000 right now, so we need to get another 1,000. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed making the earrings with me. I'm glad I could teach you something new. The triangular bell is actually pretty simple to make. It's you just have to remember that you have to have the prongs have to go inside your hole like so. So and when you bring down that second half to go in the hole, you have to get it into the hole because sometimes it wants to just hit the edge. You got to be careful of that. But I've always liked a triangular bell when it's something like these pieces because it makes it a little simpler to get into that chunky instead of trying to do a round one and then of course with a chunky bead like that to get a round one it has to be really big and can be a bit of a problem. So yeah, Beth, behave yourself. So everybody have a nice weekend. I will think of something to record for tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we will do something. And then we will see you Monday morning. Bye, everybody. And yes, do please hit the like button. It helps me a lot. So we'll see you later. Bye-bye.